But for most of us old schoolers that are rocking an open face and pulling a fresh pair of tear-offs, and they know the roost is about to fly, we're like, we don't like this. We don't like electric bikes to start with, and now they're being ushered in, and they're doing over to World Supercross. Now, on the other hand, it's kind of like a train wreck. Like, we kind of want to see this thing play out and see how it all plays out. But the industry at this point, I don't think they're necessarily worried about World Supercross stealing riders, but we know Danger Boy's now crossed the picket line. He's heading over to do World. My guess, and I've reported on this before, it wouldn't surprise me if you're going to do a 450 debut somewhere. Why not do it to somebody that's willing to pay you to do it rather than just a series that expects you to do it? At this point, I mean, that's how our sports changed now, right? It's not like back in the day. Back in the day, when it was more hard-hitting alternative extreme sports, it was a lot different in the sense that these riders weren't making that kind of money. Now, they deserve every cent they get. Now, it's a little lopsided in terms of the payouts because, the privateers are paying to go racing. The factory racers are making uber amounts of money. That's why the series really needs to start profit sharing with anybody that's a pro lining up on a gate drop in one of these races. They need to get paid better for sure. But and at some point their hand will get forced. But at that point, who knows? The whole industry could change. But right now, if we're examining, and we're going to do some polling here. So like I said, if you're new, get subscribed, jump over to the community page of the Walty Wanderers YouTube channel and participate in the polling. Pull a fresh pair of tear-offs, throw on your open face because the roost is going to fly. We asked it, like, how do you feel about Vince Freeze running the electric bike? Like, he's going to be the silent assassin. They're going to spin this. Now, it could be a good thing on one hand because they need views. They need something to hype it up. But on the other hand, it's kind of a double-edged sword. They're kind of flirting with disaster. So if we're examining the good, the bad, and the ugly, I would put this more in the ugly category, not necessarily the bad category. Now, Daniel Blair coming to the booth. I put that in the good category. And I like DB. And I've been on his podcast a few times. In fact, they're hitting me up a bunch when I first came to YouTube and started whistleblowing. Now they don't call me as much. They haven't called me in a while because they probably realized that, I could be a double-edged sword in terms of them in the industry. But I think at this point, the gloves are off for everybody. And Daniel Blair got, I love the dude. He's a good Christian brother. And, he's getting his, second bite of the apple over at World. And he gets to showcase his talent. And he's got a lot of talent. He's a great announcer, right? So I'm really excited for him. I'm excited to have